Uncensored. Welcome to COASTER-net Uncut.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our 50th episode of COASTER-net Uncut. I am, of course, Andrew Barczyk, joined once again by Danny Miller, who's also been on the show for 50 episodes, to my dismay. But we also have someone very special here.
Excuse you.
It wasn't me. This is not a Hogwarts hat. It's not a Harry Potter hat. It's not funny. I don't appreciate it.
Also with us this evening is our moderator this evening, is Mr. Brian Bash. You may know him from Haunaverse Uncut and also from Devin Olson Media. But Brian Bass is here with us tonight, yes. So you can guarantee that tomfoolery will come with him, as for sure.
Be at a maximum.
Thank you all so much for having me. Oh yes. Well, we're gonna get off track real quick because we have a heavy topic here tonight. I just want to congratulate you guys. I'm sure there's many people out there who agree. 50 episodes, 50 shows. That's amazing. It's been incredible. I know it's a big number, but we also know it's just the start. So I just want to say congrats to you guys. It's awesome.
Well, and in reality, it's more like 80 episodes because we've got probably about 20 thrilling 32 episodes and a bunch of other crap that we've also.
We're almost to 100.
It's really the 50th true COASTER-net Uncut episode that's branded as COASTER-net Uncut. But it's been fun. Everyone's like, wait a minute, we've been around a year and a half and we're only at 50 episodes now. No, we've done more. But it's really the 50th true Well, it's really the true 50th of the COASTER-net Uncut brand. So we're happy with what we've done so far and praying that we don't run out of ideas. Anytime soon.
With you two, I don't think that's possible.
Well, and when we run out of ideas, we just bring on Brian, and we have an hour.
That's right. That's what I'm here for.
Tomfoolery, which is what we're going to do tonight, pretty much. So.
That's actually the exact scenario that brought us to this episode. Is we're out of ideas.
Yeah, bring Brian on. It'll be funny.
Yeah, I'm wearing a tuxedo shirt and an Oktoberfest hat. We truly are celebrating 50.
I don't want to know what your underwear looks like right now either.
I'm not wearing any. You know that.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Well, that's precisely what I mean.
All right. So, for all the people out there who don't know, when Danny and Andy approached me about the show, they said they had this big idea. It's something that has come about almost, I think, every episode. You guys have to throw this in there. At some point, your opinions come out about two beloved coasters. One is near and dear to one of your hearts. The other one hates it, and vice versa. One beloved coaster, vice versa. You each have this love for this, but it's the same hate. Andy, the coaster you love, Danny hates. And Danny, the coaster you love, Andy hates. And I'm neutral on the stance about them both. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the 50th episode where we will finally put to rest which roller coaster is better, Raptor at Cedar Point or Manta in Orlando. And now, Danny and Andy, I don't think you guys know this, but your coasters are fairly similar. And I know you're thinking, how is that possible? I'm going to lay down some facts for you right now, so check it out.
Oh, God.
The track, here we go. There wouldn't be a coaster show without statistics. So here we go, without some facts. The track length of Raptor is 3,790 feet. The track length of Manta is 3,359 feet. Fairly similar length. It's actually not that far off. Even closer, Raptor's height, 137 feet, only to be outdone by a mere 3 feet of 140 for Manta. But Raptor's drop is 119 feet, while Manta hangs above the pathway a little high at 113. 6 inversions for Raptor, 4 for Manta. Now, Andy's going to like this, unfortunately. Raptor beats Manta in speed by 1 mile an hour, 57 versus 56, but Manta has almost 15 seconds longer of ride time, coming in at 2:35 to Raptor's pathetic 2:16. go into some inversions. The only similarity there, we have a 100-foot tall vertical loop on Raptor and a 98-foot tall pretzel loop on Manta. We're going to close it off, riders per hour. Manta loses to Raptor by just 100 people, coming in at 1,500 riders per hour. Now, before we get angry, you guys got to acknowledge that that's pretty similar. They could be friends almost.
Now, one interesting stat that we glossed over there is the number of deaths that have been incurred by each of these rides. Why don't we take a look at that one first?
Well, it gives Raptor street cred. Like, you can't join the Bloods until you kill someone.
Moving on to our next topic. Now, I don't know if this is something either you might know off the top of your head. Danny seems to be a little deeper into Manta than I am. I am aware of one to several valley moments on Raptor. I don't think Manta has ever valleyed. So there's a more family-friendly statistic. So, you know.
I have another statistic here.
You just feel like you're gonna fall
I have to
asleep on
say.
Manta. Like, that's the problem, is you feel like most people are
No,
sleeping most of the ride.
stop it. Stop it. No.
You feel like you're going to black out on the first loop. It's poorly designed. People lose their breath and black out and don't remember the rest of the ride.
Poorly designed. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot that.
Whereas Raptor saves the blackout moment for the end of the ride.
Hold it. Wait. Well, hold it. Wait a minute. We got all these people who are like, B&M stands for boring and mild. And the minute that we have an intense moment on a B&M coaster, all of a sudden Andy's crying foul.
Exactly.
That's one point for Danny.
No, that was not a bird joke by sticking the word foul in there. I was not attempting to make a Raptor reference there either.
But it is a great way to transition to the first question. The first question. I'm gonna hone us in and have a topic for us to go off of. We're gonna start on theming. Now this is gonna be tough, Andy, because Manta they've had a long time. They're in a park that is about
all
theming.
over the lift hill.
Would you stop with the bird shit already? I'd rather have bird shit.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Than be a shit coaster like Manta is. I'd rather have bird shit on the lift hill than be a shit coaster at the end of the day.
So, in terms of theming, Manta's is pretty established. Raptor, the wheel guards, is that part of the how we feel? Yeah, okay.
It rules the sky. It flies. That's what birds do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and kicks the sky.
Now, hold it. I must interject because yes, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense that it would be a bird-themed coaster. However, it is the third tallest of the bird-themed coasters in that half of the park.
But that's ex post facto. That's beyond the point. When they built
it certainly doesn't rule the sky anymore.
You want to talk? It still does, actually. You are incorrect in that. Because when we talk about attendance, name another coaster at the greatest roller coaster park in the world, Cedar Point. Name another coaster that set an attendance record like Raptor did. I'll give you an hour, because you won't be able to hear one. You won't be able to think of one.
I'm well aware of that.
Because Raptor set the attendance, a record that has yet to be topped by
Can we fact check?
Millennium Force.
Hey, Mike, can we fact check him? Someone fact check him, Mike. There's no one back there. I'm gonna have to believe you.
He's correct. 1994 was the all-time attendance record for Cedar Point. It's in Dick Kinzel's biography that I think it was Tim O'Brien.
You know why that was the last time that record was set? Because they all rode Raptor and were like, "Oh my God, we've been duped," and they left.
They were like, "We're never coming back here again."
I'm neutral. I'm sorry. Okay, so
I love your neutrality, Brian. That's fantastic.
Let me take a shot at Manta then. The concept of Manta and the theme. So visually, Manta wins. I'm going to have to say that visually, Manta walking in the line is an aquarium. Let's talk about the genius of that, because what are aquariums? They're just a line. You don't do anything in aquariums. So pairing that with a roller coaster made a lot of sense in my mind. Now the manta flying out of the water, that was a bit of a stretch, right?
Yeah,
the bird in the sky makes a little more.
Let's hone in on that for a little bit. That mantas swim. They don't fly. So why is Manta a flying coaster? Mantas don't fly.
Mantas breach. Mantas breach. They breach the water.
It's a flying coaster. It makes no sense. It should be
new for 2018, the Shamu coaster, breaching across SeaWorld Orlando. That's what they should have done.
Never mind.
Ride it before it rides you, right?
Not going there. Yeah, that's right.
Yikes.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Let's get back to the topic at hand here. And the fact that Manta makes absolutely zero sense according to theme, because mantas don't fly. Raptors, however, they're birds. They do
Are
fly.
not, yeah.
They do fly. And that's why it's
The dinosaurs, they don't. Velociraptors do not fly.
Yeah, dinosaurs don't. Yeah, not at all.
They don't.
It's a bird.
Right.
It's a bird.
It's a
It's a plane.
All right,
Nope, it's
fair.
just a
All right,
crappy green
moving-
roller coaster.
Moving along. This isn't really. Okay, go ahead.
Green is better
Go
than
ahead.
blue. Let's end there. Green is better than blue by far, by about a million. Green, it has two shades of green in it, actually. Light green and dark green.
You have two shades of blue.
That's
Light blue and dark blue.
Green. I do have
14 million shades of blue
to
and
say
purple on
green
the
is a good
tree.
point. That's true. The trains are cooler looking than Raptors.
Are they cooler than Raptors?
Mm-hmm.
It just has a manta thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, that wasn't a question. That was a fact.
It doesn't even look like a manta. It doesn't even come close.
What do you mean it doesn't look like a manta?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I forgot how many mantas there are in Chicago that you're able to go see.
Oh. Hey, the Chet Aquarium.
Because
awesome.
I actually go to SeaWorld parks now, so,
Oh, do you? Have you been there? Your favorite park that you
Have
stand
you been
with
there?
all the time? When's the last time you've been to SeaWorld that you stand with all the time?
last year.
Brian, let's ask him, when's the last time that he rode the best coaster in the world?
Danny, answer the question.
Yeah, answer the question. When's the last time you rode the best coaster that you've ever been on?
Well, if we're talking best coaster I've ever been on, that would be Voyage. I rode it 3 weeks ago.
Stop, man.
Manta would have been November 2014, and we're going back down in September.
November 2014. For the record, today's date is June 28th of 2016. You're about a year and a half removed. Being that it's such a great roller coaster, it just inspires you to go down to SeaWorld all the time that you want to ride it. You know the last time I rode Raptor was 2 weeks ago.
I don't even know, Brian, do you understand this argument? I don't understand this argument at all.
Hold on. Hold on. To be fair, logistically, how far away from Raptor does Andy live, and how far away from Manta does Danny live?
Exactly.
If it's that good, you would spare no expense, to use another dinosaur term here. You would spare no
That's why I'm going down in September.
If it was so amazing. You'd be there at least once a year, you would say. At least once a year.
I'm going to drop a statement of neutrality here. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to work in Hamilton stuff. I've been listening to Hamilton a lot recently. We got the Jefferson versus Hamilton cabinet debate. Okay, good. So to be fair, when I lived in Orlando, I would, anytime I had a moment to spare, I would pull in, run into SeaWorld, ride Manta twice, and come out and go on with my day. It was so good I couldn't even wait.
Please.
Yeah, so now, something I have to commend Manta on is a little detail. The sound effect when the trains go into flying position. That's pretty cool. That's SeaWorld following through with theme. Yeah, that's awesome. Raptor, they had music in the line one time, and just like Cedar Point does, they moved that DJ to the next major attraction.
You know, that's ridiculous, because the sound effect also makes no sense. Because it doesn't have anything to do with water. It sounds like a robot. So apparently it's a robot Manta now, flying through the air, not through the water.
That would explain the flight.
theme
Disney put a robot dragon in the air, so why not a robot Manta in the air?
See, your
Fair.
theme is so off. It's so off. It's ridiculous. Raptor. Look at
Okay, so
look at this logo. Look at this logo. Look at the name. Look at the logo. I can't even see where it's
All
at.
right,
It's over there somewhere.
Raptor.
let's touch on that Raptor versus Manta logo. Raptor has a cool logo.
No, there's no question that Raptor wins in the logo contest. No question. That Manta, it's stupid. It's so stupid that you can't even tell the difference between the Manta logo from Orlando and the Manta logo from San Diego, which, mind you, Danny Miller is actually wearing a San Diego Manta t-shirt this evening because that's how much he loves his ride.
Wait,
Because
that's
Manta,
the one we're discussing now. Okay.
Because Manta is so amazing, they had to name another coaster after it that was completely different. Now, they did the same thing with Raptor, but, I mean, it took them a lot longer to do that.
Well,
And they had to do it across the world because they're like, oh, people in Italy don't actually know how crappy Raptor is. And when
No,
they cloned
so
Raptor,
both coasters have been cloned.
when they cloned Raptor, they didn't even call it anything close to Raptor. At least when they cloned Manta, they made it very similar. They did the wing dip. They called it Acrobat. They followed the same thing. They just swapped the colors. They painted it pink.
So
Painted Raptor pink.
are you saying that Mantas and bats are the same thing? Because that's what you just said. Because when they cloned it, they
No. I said
made it into a
I
bat.
followed along the same line.
They made it into a bat. Let's be honest. They called it a bat because actually bats do fly. So they improved upon the theme by making it a bat and not a manta.
I don't follow where you're going.
Both
with this.
roller coasters are located at the front of the park.
And Raptor isn't even the signature coaster at the front of the park anymore.
Oh, stop.
It's not.
It is. The lighting on Raptor,
Not.
you follow the
It
green
is not.
lights to the greatest
They
roller coaster.
copied Fury. They copied a good roller coaster.
No, Fury. Fury.
All right,
They
we're going to
copied a
move
good roller
to
coaster.
ride experience comparisons, and here's where we're going to
See,
start.
this is where
we're
Manta
gonna start.
actually wins, too.
Oh, no, it does not.
Yeah, okay. We haven't even gotten there. So, Lift Hill View. Let's start there
Okay,
because
so
I was going to compare the drops. We were going to compare the drops. We all know Raptor has one of the worst drops, hands down. That's not debatable.
Stop.
So, views from the Lift Hill. Raptor's probably going to win that because unfortunately Orlando Parks, as soon as you get above attraction skyline,
Except all I
you can
see is
see
bird
everything.
shit on steel.
No,
that
no,
kind of ruins it. That kind of ruins it for me.
See, and this is how you show your idiocy right here. It's an inverted coaster.
Oh.
Are you looking up, genius? Are you looking up at the steel?
No, it's on the stairs and the
There's
seat,
nowhere
too.
else. Hold on. Moderator's going to
Okay,
interject
hold it.
here. If you're not in the front row, there's nowhere else to look on an inverted coaster. That's why Manta is great. You have a view.
Because you
On
get a
Raptor,
good
if
view
you're in
in
the
every
second row,
single row.
that's right.
Bullshit. No, you get a beautiful view
Oh,
of
but
the
it's not bull. It's just
Beach.
fact.
It's before Valraven. There was only one other coaster that you could really get a beautiful view of the Lake Erie Beach from, and that's Magnum. But now Valraven, you get a pretty. I'll grant you that the view from Valraven is better than the view from Raptor, but Raptor's view is.
Wait. Could you see anything from Raptor? Because I thought there was a huge metal box in the way for many years.
You could. You just look out the other way. You look to the left instead of straight ahead. That's how you do it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought there was another big box there that was, teal and white, and it had a lot of windows.
Ooh.
What? Teal. What coaster there is teal? They don't have a teal coaster.
But no, we're talking about
No.
Hotel Breakers.
Oh.
That was the other box.
All right. We'll get off the Lift Hill. Cedar Point, amazing location for a park. That's one of my biggest qualms with the Orlando and Tampa parks is they're great inside, but on the outside, they're kind of boxed in. So let's go into the first part of each roller coaster. B&M, Raptor has an unfair advantage, seeing as how it's very new for the time. It's very innovative. Manta, they've really gotten to perfect the pacing of their rides. So I'm going to have to say Manta has the better opening, but I'll open the floor to Raptor.
Here's the problem with Manta. Most people don't even say it's the best of the category. So it came out later than all the other flying coasters, and most people.
What do you mean, most
people?
people?
Most people say Tatsu's better.
Who says Raptor is the best of the category?
Raptor's better than Batman. Raptor came out, it's better than Batman. That was the only other invert out in the world at that time. So when it debuted, Raptor was by far the best inverted coaster in the world. Manta can never even say that. Manta can never say that it's been the best ever. Ever. Because Tatsu's better. And I would even argue that maybe
Tatsu is not better.
Superman's probably better too.
Okay, now you're just talking nonsense.
Wait, are we talking? Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
Mr. Neutrality once again.
I mean, he's neutral. I mean, he's just stating fact at this point.
Okay. Let's talk about the first half of the ride. The loop is amazing. The first loop is amazing.
But the pretzel loop might be the single best element that B&M has ever done.
Wait. Are we letting, are loops fun? Loops are like the most general inversion. A loop is just filler on a roller coaster.
Loops are the classic. It's the best type of looping.
Yeah, the classic. They were the first thing.
And I would take that over most other inversion types, yeah.
Okay.
Instead of a pretzel.
All right, so let's get to. Okay, well, hold on. Before you pretzel loop, we'll get to. Let's talk about what Raptor pioneered, paved the way for, broke the world record for first inverted Cobra roll.
Yes.
Does anybody enjoy Cobra rolls? Do you like Cobra rolls, Andy?
I do like Cobra rolls.
I like them on rides like Alpengeist where I'm not being headbanged.
Oh my God!
Yeah, right. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Talk about a ride that headbangs you. Alpengeist Cobra Roll headbangs you more than Raptors ever does. Stop.
No, it does not.
Debatable.
Stop it.
Debatable. Let's take a moment for our fans. Hold on. Our fans. The fans are going to have a lot of the fans are going to have a lot of opinions here. So this is our first point. Comment. Which has worse headbanging, Alpengeist's Cobra Roll or Raptor's Cobra Roll? You guys comment below. Let us know. Onward. So let's go. Although that Cobra Roll does have a strobe light on it. Do they still do that? Because that was cool.
They actually, the Cobra Roll now actually has red lights underneath it as well to keep people out too, by the way, so people know.
It symbolizes the blood of where the guy,
Okay, we're going back to that again. All right. So, unfortunately, may he rest in peace. Yeah. Manta's pretzel loop. Arguably.
We don't want to talk about people who died at SeaWorld, do we? We don't want to talk about that at all.
No, because that has nothing to do with the roller coaster or the debate.
So that doesn't count.
No, had it been the Shamu roller coaster, it'd be a different story, but it's not. It's Manta, and we're talking about
Manta. It's a little different.
The pretzel loop, arguably, neutrality, the greatest inversion of all time next to the zero-G roll. Backing out.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's
Manta has both.
And to be honest, so does Superman. So great job, Manta, on copying what Superman already did. So congrats. So instead of innovating, thank you.
Really, Raptor, we're gonna do a drop into a loop, exactly what Batman did. Doesn't it go straight into another thing?
And then into a zero-G roll, so we copied the first half of Batman.
Super unique. Crazy.
Hold on. Wait, you're telling me that Raptor also ends with 2 corkscrews and a helix, just like Batman? Oh, gee, real innovative over there at that park over there.
And you know what's crazy?
You want to talk about great elements on roller coasters. Raptor's end helix is the greatest single element on any roller coaster anywhere. Anywhere. Pick any element that you want.
Whoa.
Yes, I said it. You heard
There is a reason that Manta at SeaWorld San Diego, the Acrobat at Nagashima Spyland, and now Mako are doing the whole dip over the water thing because Manta made it worth doing. Raptor, they did the Cobra roll, and then 2 years later when they built Montu, they were like, that Cobra roll was a bad idea. Let's do a Batwing instead because that's a better element.
Oh my God.
And that's that's what they did.
People that complain about
And they then did it on Afterburn too, because they're like, oh yeah, that was really good.
It improves the ride experience. Water shooting at people on the sidelines.
Neutral here. I like SheiKra better than Griffin, mainly due to the splashdown location.
SheiKra's a better ride than Griffin. Not because of the splashdown, but just because it's a better ride. Can put the splashdown.
Now, Raven would have been the best dive machine had they put a splashdown. That's all we're trying to say. Through the Lake Erie water, so you get sprayed with you don't know what, you know?
And
that would be the fun surprise.
Well, that's one point that we can agree on here tonight.
Yeah.
Valraven
okay, so let's
because then you could have made the argument that Raptor was still one of the top 2 bird-themed coasters at the front half of Cedar Point, but now it's number 3. So
no, I can't do it.
So
now we're going to go to where
I wish they would have called it Lake Erie Monster, because then Raptor would have appropriately been number 2. We're
moving on to where Manta does get weak. Okay, when I rode Superman, I would.
Manta gets weak when you walk off and go back to crane.
I want to challenge our listeners right now. Challenge the listeners. Can anyone name another element on Manta? Go.
So here's the thing. We're gonna go back. When I rode Superman, when flying roller coasters came out, it was a dream come true because I always wanted that to be a concept. I wanted to fly. It was awesome, but they all did the same thing. And I think it was Tattoo or something open, and they were doing new inversions and new things. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, about time. And Manta was my first time ever getting to experience one of those new whatever. Like you said, can you name them? No. And it was probably the most uneventful inversion I think I've ever experienced. I don't know if it's just because it follows the pretzel loop, but I think that's where Raptor, it would go a little more for me just because, at least with the head-banging Cobra roll up into the mid-course break run into the corkscrew, you actually feel something.
And just
Manta's like a lightly,
point 2.
Manta's a light, we're floating over here. So I think on inversions, Raptor still holds the top tier on that one. Danny, can you rebuttal?
I think it's because all Raptor has is inversions, because I mean the turnarounds stink pretty badly. The only helix that's worth its weight in salt is the one at the very end, and the problem is Manta does more than, I mean, the wing dip is the best element on any of these coasters, and it's not even an inversion.
We're not there yet.
It's not even an element.
It's an element.
For the people.
It's an element. I'm sorry.
It's not a
swoop down. It's the same as Raptor's first drop. It's a swoop down.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna since you guys took us there, you just plowed right through. We got to it. The first time we did. Now, yes, we were all disappointed that, unlike the concept art, the coaster did not have a little splashdown device on it and do it itself. It was a projected, a separate thing. But man, if you're on the inside of that seat when you fly down and run your hand through the water, that was a moment of childhood dreams right there. And for that alone, I have to call it an element. That's the coolest thing.
To put your hand in
water.
On
a roller coaster to interact. Yeah.
At 50 miles per hour?
At 50 miles an hour on a roller coaster. Look, it's different interaction.
And then hold on. Let's not forget the follow up to it, because you also go right past the rock waterfall afterwards, and then you do the 0G barrel roll. So I mean,
Andy's just mad because more people get wet on Manta than Raptor.
Well, that's what the ladies say.
He's the only one that gets wet on Raptor.
And if you listen, when people pass that waterfall, they scream. It scares them. It's a near miss. It's like a head chopper effect. You can call that an element.
Now, hold on. I have to pause and interject here, because I'm going to channel our old buddy George Carlin here for a minute. May he rest in peace. I don't understand the whole idea of calling it a near miss, though, because it's like, oh, they nearly missed. It's a near hit. That's what it should be called, right?
That's a fair point. But all in favor of changing it. Aye. Official.
Okay, so now
Does
we're
Raptor have
all elements like that.
any leg choppers?
No, now, when Raptor hit the guy underneath the Cobra, that was a near miss because they nearly missed, but they hit.
I've been debating on asking that. I was wondering if I could ask that question without that getting brought up. And thank you for so. It's just no. Okay, I do have to say, Raptor's interaction with the Midway is pretty phenomenal. That's classic amusement park right there.
Where else you can photograph the entire ride now with even the new Valraven Midway? You can
photograph all of Manta too.
No, you can't. Not any of the good parts.
Yes, you can.
Right.
Not the mid-course break run.
So you're correct. So I was correct.
Oh, gee. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Okay,
the worst part of the ride.
You can basically photograph two things on Manta: the pretzel roll and the little water thing.
Oh, all you can photograph on Manta is the lift hill, the first route, the pretzel roll, the 0G roll, the helix, the corkscrew, the wing dip, the second 0G roll. That's all you can. That's all. You can't photograph anything else.
That's why we've had so many great photos of Manta on COASTER.net over the years. We have it.
I have Manta photos.
He has Manta photos.
That's me, genius.
Are you over here or are you over here?
I know, you keep pointing the wrong way. I'm on the far side.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're over here on my screen, so we're over here. Brian, here's something
Okay, I'll send him over. Here's the one thing. Manta does something that B&M has a tendency, it broke the mold for doing something B&M does a lot. And I like to believe this is why the first ever inverted Cobra roll and why this happened and why it was invented is because they have good concepts, so they don't know how to follow through, especially after the mid-course break run. 90% of B&Ms after the mid-course break run, me and a certain buddy that I shoot videos with a lot who might have started this website, like the joke that when they get to the mid-course break run, they're like, how can we get back to the station? And they come up with things like the horrendous 90-degree angle turn on Raptor from the helix that breaks everybody's neck, My favorite roller coaster, Hulk, I love it. After the MCBR, whatever. Manta is a pretty intentional layout. Raptor, they were like, okay, it has a purpose. Raptor, they got to the end, and they're like, we need to go back the other way somehow. And they're like, Cobra roll. And they're like, okay, we got the mid-course break run. Well, we're still pretty far away. What if we just go straight for a really long time and do nothing?
Exactly.
You're missing it. It's telling a story.
Don't forget that they shot themselves in the foot because Raptor also has a flat bit right before the Cobra roll, so they went even farther away from where they needed to go.
See, Manta is just a roller coaster.
Fix it with another flat bit.
That's all it is. It doesn't tell a story because Mantas don't fly. They don't do all the shit. They don't do the shit that they do. Unlike Raptor, it's telling you a story. It's a raptor diving down and doing a loop and finding prey. And then on its return route, it's coming down and circling down in the helix to go get its prey and brings you back up. It's telling you a story. It has a pace to it that it's not just all element. It's giving you time to relax and say, hey, wait a minute, what's next? And oh my God, what's next?
Oh yeah, because I go on a roller coaster because I want to relax for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a Manta joke. You just set him up for that. Sorry. So my one thing, that's a beautiful point. I have to agree. I like it. I just wish they had committed to the story so much so that you are the prey at the end because you die when you hit the finale and they snap your neck. All right.
God. That's that might be one of the top 5 worst. That might be the worst moment on any roller coaster. Third worst moment on any roller coaster after being my crotch annihilated by Shockwave at King's Dominion and the headbanging lift hill on Manhattan Express, Big Apple coaster, whatever you want to call it out there at New York, and Las Vegas.
The worst roller coaster ever.
No, and to note, B&M noted they admitted fault there. They admitted that they did it poorly because when they cloned Raptor years later over in, I think it was in Japan and now it's in France, they smoothed out that part and they fixed it. And they also fixed the mid-course brake run by not putting brakes on it, saying, oh, yeah, this ride is so damn slow it doesn't need brakes here.
I got news for you. Cedar Point has not been running Raptor with any brakes this year. So you can experience that.
Ooh, so slow.
You can. Yeah, stop. Now, if you want about uncomfortable moments, let's talk about uncomfortable moments on roller coasters. Because I would have to say that the entire flying coaster experience is one uncomfortable moment followed by the next.
No.
From the pull off uncomfortable to my favorite part of waiting on the brake run for 5.5 minutes, hanging there, having the breath sucked out of you, waiting for slow operations on a poorly designed roller coaster concept where it takes you 5.5 minutes to dispatch a train.
Did we stop talking about Raptor and Manta at some point?
At every park, what coaster, what B&M coaster has the worst dispatch times of any other ride type? It's the flying coaster.
Wild Eagle.
Val Raven.
Wild Eagle.
Wild Eagle.
That's because 90-year-olds work there. That's why that
All right, hold on. While slightly and excessively exaggerated, when I got stuck on the brake run multiple times on Manta, it did have me questioning the concept. Mainly, it was also due to the fact that they only ran one
for
side.
15 minutes, and I liked every second of it. So
that's because you're an idiot.
Oh, well.
But also, mind you, coming from the same guy that just 25 minutes ago. Coming from the same guy who 25 minutes ago complained about the slight tightness on the brake run of freaking T3. The same man is now saying that he
hold on, I didn't complain about that. I didn't complain about that. I just said I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, loves the experience.
Yeah. I said the coolest part of T3 was the little buttons that made you feel like you're in a TIE fighter.
Oh, this is too tight on my legs, but I love being crushed in my chest.
What?
Oh, you're hanging up.
No, T3 was never a good roller coaster, though. That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's fair.
You complained about the tightness on the brake run.
No, I did not. I said other people complained about the tightness.
I'll find your Facebook post where you cry like a little baby on it.
No, I still think it's one of the worst SLCs there is. But
Airtime.
None whatsoever on Raptor.
None whatsoever on Raptor. The back seat on Manta off that brake run, pretty fun. Pretty cool.
Yeah, yep. Right into the wing dip. Stick your hand in the water.
Here. I didn't know bringing Brian Bass on. I was bringing the Manta twins on.
No. I'm neutral. Manta and Raptor.
Neutral.
All right.
I take it back. He ain't wearing She-Ra underwear. He's wearing Manta underwear probably right now.
Look, we all know the best roller coaster at that park is Kraken, and the best one in the area is Hulk.
If he is wearing Manta underwear, I want to know where I can get some.
I handmade it myself.
Oh, well then I don't want it. Okay. It's not that important.
All right. So clearly, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Andy has ridden Raptor more than Danny has ridden Manta.
He hasn't ridden in the last calendar year.
Would it be so extreme to say Danny has ridden Raptor more than he's ridden Manta?
Oh, probably, right?
No.
Yeah. No, that's bullshit.
No.
That's bullshit.
Incorrect?
That's bullshit. I call bullshit on that.
I can tell you.
There's no way that's possible. There's zero way that's possible.
Every time I've gone to SeaWorld Orlando, we've marathon Manta for like an hour or two each time we've gone down to Orlando. And every time we've been to Orlando, the last 3 times we've been there, it's been rainy, so there's been nobody there. So we've done it 10 or 15 times.
You know what?
Each time.
Manta, one, it doesn't have a line ever, so you can usually ride it as much as you want.
Two, that's not true.
It explains what we actually see happening here. That pretzel roll deprives the brain of blood for a momentary bit of time there. And so the number of times you've ridden Manta has led to brain damage, obviously. Makes sense.
So the
Not
count
from
is
the
Raptor.
neck-cracking finale of Raptor.
Stop.
Raptor I've ridden 24 times. Manta I've ridden 35 times.
What, you have lists of how many times?
Why do you have a
ridden
count?
rides?
Whoa! I think this show just changed. We need a new topic. You count.
Wait a minute. Are you like a single rider at Cedar Point or something where you have counts?
You have your
It's from
counts
the
on
app
your
I
rides?
use. From the app I use, you count. You can do a plus. You can hit just the plus button, and it adds how many times. And after every day I go to a park, I add how many times I've ridden each ride.
Wow, that's intense. I can't.
I used to have an app that count. I used to have an app that counted rides. I couldn't keep up with it though. It's a cool
I
app.
have
It's a cool app.
56 on Behemoth because I've been to so many events up there. We get ERT. I've got 35 on Fury as well.
Oh, something I was going to say.
Here's an interesting fact.
Go ahead.
Here's an interesting fact. I've ridden Raptor 24 times because I was last year I was at Cedar Point during the Raptor Platinum Pass ride night, so I actually got like 6 or 7 rides in on it. I've only ridden Maverick 23 times, so I've actually ridden Raptor more than I've ridden Maverick. Because
Get off the show. Get off my show right now. Get off.
I rode Maverick 10 times at Coaster Mania without getting off the damn train.
But that's because I've never been to a Platinum Pass holder night on Maverick, and also during that Platinum Pass holder night on Raptor last year, nobody rides Raptor because it's such a crappy ride. And Andy, you know our rule: if nobody's in your row, you have to stay in your seat. So I got stuck there.
No, I actually think, let's take it here, Brian, that when we talk about traditionally historic greatest ride crews of all time, I think the Raptor ride crew has to be mentioned in that statement because and that's why you don't have a line, is because their ride crew.
They have a good crew.
They have the best crew.
Hold on. Yes. Raptor's crew, definitely one of the best. They were a different level. I was going to say, in 2008, I rode Maverick 78 times, but I did moonlight over at Raptor. They were intense. They were all about interval. They were all about getting everybody in and out. One of my buddies actually was one of the ones when Raptor did Valley, he caught it on the mid-course brake run. He got an award. They're very attentive. They are very intense about that. I can't say the same about Manta. Andy, I think it was you the other day I was raging about. I'm a pretty passive in the park. I'm not going to say anything to anybody. I'm not going to be angry. There's one ride in particular that just gets under my skin. One other instance, and I was scared to say there's only one other instance I've been so infuriated at how operations of a roller coaster was handled, and it was when I waited 55 minutes for Manta on single train operation and how they were running it. And it was so unnecessary. It was the most, they were super, and they had one train and they were not in any hurry. The line was out the bridge onto the pathway. No.
Manta doesn't care about you.
I will have to give it.
SeaWorld doesn't care about you either. There you go. Raptor loves you. That's why you should ride Raptor and love Raptor back.
Oh, that's what makes your ears bleed.
Cedar Point loves you and your money.
On the contrary, the first time I rode Raptor, I waited 2 hours and 45 minutes. The second time I rode Raptor, that was in 99. In 2001, we waited 2.5 hours, and I told my dad I never want to ride this roller coaster again. It's not worth that long of a wait, and I only would ride Raptor anytime my friends wanted to do it because I would avoid that line. The mass people just bulked in together. It just is an unhappy place.
It's not. It's a happy place. People waiting in anticipation of what's about
to be shit on by seagulls.
Oh, stop with those seagulls. That's the only argument he has.
Statistically speaking, if you go to Cedar Point, you have a great chance of that happening. That's all. No one escapes the summer there without.
I was at the LeBron James Ruger or Valraven auction night, and a freaking seagull shit on me, and I was filming during it. Someone had to clean it off for me. Thank you, Robert.
Oh, he was too good to clean it off
Mr. Dole
himself.
did that for you. Mr. Dole, did he?
I was
Really,
Brian,
Mr. Dole,
Brian,
because
Brian,
yes,
you
I'm
can
sorry.
relate to
I'm
this. I was filming and I couldn't
yeah.
break the shot. I couldn't break the shot.
I totally understand that. You got to do what you got to do. Commendment to Robert Dole, who still hasn't provided us our pink hyper coaster and roller coaster
The
tycoon
good of the
too.
many outweighs
He's
the good of the
been
few.
waiting for a very long time on that. So I'm gonna go back to the Raptor, my neutrality here for a second, fill in a little bit of backstory. I had, what was it,
You've done a
America's
great job
Coaster
so
Thrills?
far.
What was the VHS? America's Thrills? Does
America's
anybody else
Greatest
have that
Roller
one?
Coaster Thrills. Yeah.
Yes, and they did Raptor and Mean Streak, and so I was and Magnum, and I was super hyped. We got there. 2 hours and 45 minutes later, it was super uneventful. I had ridden Batman a ton already, and I was like, I just can do Batman, whatever. Flash forward to when I'm working at Cedar Point, Maverick Valleys, they truck us over to Raptor to all put as many dummies on the ride as they can because they need to weigh it down so it doesn't valley.
Well, that's
we
what
had to
they will be
marathon
over
it.
there.
Yeah, we didn't know, but, we marathoned it 6 times in a row, slammed my head in the freezing rain, my ear was swollen the rest of the day. I hated it, and that pretty much solidified my hate for Raptor. 2 years later, I gave it another chance, back right. It changed my mind a little bit. I had a great experience. So I just want to say, as much as I hate Raptor, back right, I had a really good.
And I'll say this,
it was actually okay.
This is oddly mediocre. It's not terrible.
Back right has a great first drop too, because you flip up a little bit too.
It does. And that's Danny, I don't know if you know this. I've told Andy this probably 1,001 times, and I'll tell him 1,001 more. I hate Raptor because of the first drop. Inverts have only a few good tricks over other roller coasters, and first drops are where it's at. You get a good kick out all the way around. Invert should do a 180. They should do a 180 hands down. What does Raptor do? I think it does a 90, right? Like it kicks out and then just mellows out.
It does like a 95 and then comes back 5 to do the loop.
It comes back 5. So, and you're not even going the other direction.
We didn't quite design that right.
Yeah, we're going to take a left-hand turn and kind of mellowy dive down. So back right, you do get that invert kick out that I love so much. So that's it. Manta wins. All right, next topic.
Well, and I mean, to be fair, all 4 years of the Thrilling 32, Manta has ranked higher than Raptor. So, I mean, the people have spoken. We're going to go off the statistics here.
Just wait. I got the Raptor Universe. If you follow at Raptor Universe, they're already plugging the poll for next year. We got our fans lined up.
Wait.
And you're gonna. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's an at Raptor.
I have a question.
Universe.
How's Raptor? Speaking of, I know the Raptor Universe. How are they doing in the Cedar Point Park app war in the territories? Is Raptor doing all right?
Yeah.
Not applicable.
Yeah. Very funny.
Shout out. I don't know if he's a member still. Sorry, I just thought about this. Manta was I think it was the first soft opening coaster I ever got to attend. And I got wind that it was opening. I posted on COASTER.net. I don't know if he's still there because I haven't been able to check the forums as much as I like anymore. But Steel Rock, I know, I try, but Allie's here now in my life.
Yeah.
So Steel Rock, actually, his username I think is Steel Rock. He just solely based on my post, went to SeaWorld in hopes that Manta was soft opening. And my information was right, and I ended up running into him accidentally. I didn't even know that he was going to be there. And we were just talking because we were all just marathon, laughing because it's not a marathon to be in the same row. And I just thought it was awesome that I ran into another COASTER.net member there. So,
yeah.
Steel Rock, if you're out there.
He's still on the site. He posts all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Once Allie's older, I'll get her an account, and then we can post. So,
well, I think Raptor clearly won this debate. I don't know about you fools, but
what show was he watching?
It was a 2-on-1. It was a 2-on-1 issue here, and just like the babyface in WWE, which Raptor is, the babyface always wins in a handicap match, and you two would be the perfect description of a handicapped people. So seriously.
Raptor is Kevin Owens just like you're Kevin Owens. Don't try and give it. No, absolutely not. It's definitely the a-hole of the group. So
No. Raptor is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the group. Badass.
and everybody's like ignorantly flocks to it because they're just like, oh, this is the greatest. That is one reason Raptor does have a long line
They
from
had to
the
put that
park.
freaking lightsaber on the side because they're like, ooh, pretty lights.
Oh,
What
right.
lights does Manta have? Oh yeah, none. They got
Ooh.
water guns shooting at you. Congrats.
Whoa,
Well
if
done.
we're going to talk about the best B&M lighting package that on a green roller coaster, it's going to be Hulk because that new lighting package is baller.
This guy.
Speaking of which, Hulk shares more in common with Raptor than Manta does. So, I got you there, Andy. Oh,
Because it's green?
no. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get this
Because
going
it
for
bangs
you.
your head in the Cobra roll.
Whoa, rude. It does not. Hulk has one. Don't you stop it, Nick Miller. Don't you do it.
Has this become a
even-
triple threat match now?
This has
Raptor
become a
versus
triple
Manta
threat.
versus
Handicap
Hulk?
back.
Yeah.
He just shielded. He went shield style steel chair to the back. All right. So here we go. Incredible Hulk, Andy.
Lando once again.
3,700 feet track feet. That's only 90 feet different than Raptor. It has one more inversion than Raptor. It's 10 miles an hour faster than Raptor, 1 second shorter than Raptor. So they're pretty similar. They're good friends. And better than Manta.
If you say so. I'm not going to argue with that right now.
Danny, have you even ridden the Hulk?
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Okay. I
Here's
don't know. I
the
just
better
thought all your...
question. Here's the better question. Are you going to count the new Hulk as a new credit?
Absolutely.
I am. It's a
I don't know.
new coaster. It's the same
It
experience.
is a new coaster.
He counts experiences, and it's the same
Well,
exact experience.
maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
How is it not? How is it not? How is it not?
I don't know. I haven't
Soundtrack,
ridden it yet. I can't tell you.
launch tunnel.
Yeah, it's the same experience. It's the same layout.
Stop with it. The forces are different.
How?
The forces are different. Hold on, wait. Can we all just be thankful that they didn't do the new restraint system and stuck with the old
Yeah.
over the shoulders?
Why?
So I was really happy to see that. Don't you?
Yeah.
Because the vests are terrible.
You wouldn't have any
No, those are awful.
No, stop.
There's no headbanging on Hulk. There's no headbanging
No,
on
there's no
Hulk.
headbanging on Hulk.
There's
You know
no.
what? Dan
Except,
Miller,
okay, fine. For the weird
You know what? Hold on.
transition.
I have to interject again here because Andy loves these new B&M restraints, yet he doesn't take note of the fact that those restraints originated on the B&M flying coasters.
Oh, bullshit.
Ooh, very true. Very true. That's a good point. That is a solid point, Danny.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I don't understand
not-
how that has
yeah.
any bearing on anything. It's so what? The hard restraints have been on a lot of coasters too. The clamshells have been on a lot of coasters. Who gives a shit?
The dog, apparently.
The dog is really upset about the. He's a big Raptor,
Yeah.
and he's very upset about about what.
Ooh,
this
Hulk
conversation's
does
going.
320 more people an hour than Raptor. That's pretty impressive.
Okay, I think I'm done.
All right.
Do you have any
Yeah.
legitimate questions? Because
I don't think we've had a legitimate question yet.
Sorry, if we had a legitimate question, this would be a much more boring show.
It would be in the loop.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I'm joking. No, we love in the loop.
No,
I
we
like
love
in the
those
loop. I don't know
guys. We
about you
love
guys.
those
I
guys.
like in the loop.
Yeah.
Love in the loop.
Yeah. When I can't. Yeah.
here he is. Oh, come
I'm
here, Raptor
I'm
dog.
only on here because I
there's
can't
the
get on
Raptor
there.
dog. Oh, Raptor.
You can't get on in the loop, so you come on COASTER.net Uncut.
That's right.
Oh, thank you, Raptor dog.
Raptor dog. Is that Raptor dog?
This is Raptor dog. Say hi.
Raptor dog.
Say hi. Say
Hi, Raptor dog.
Hi, Raptor dog.
Raptor dog.
He doesn't even want to defend Raptor.
No, he's just like, Raptor is, you know.
Don't worry. He's angry at something. Anyway, so...
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's still angry. He's one
That's
angry
fantastic.
dog. Oh, man. Oh. So,
Before we go, Brian, congratulations on your new addition. We haven't had you on since that's happened, but congratulations on your new addition to the family, too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Did you name her Manta? Is that what you named her? Because that really surprised me at this point.
That's her middle name.
Yeah.
That's her middle name. Her first name's Hulk. Hulk Manta Bass. She's going to have a wonderful time in school.
That's an awesome name.
Hulk Manta Bass.
Yeah. Hulk Manta Bass.
Hey, bass. Bass is a type of fish which is closer to a manta than it is to a raptor. So
That's right.
it's going to be our manta
Starting to debate like true politics here.
Well, I got nothing else here, gentlemen. This has been nonsense for a full straight hour, I believe, is what we've had here this evening.
Which is exactly what we knew it would be, which is fantastic.
Yes, we've offended.
This is the show that everybody's wanted.
We'll have to put up a disclaimer at the beginning of this one of questionable content.
Questionable content. And the people are going to make it all the way through the show, and they're just going to scratch their heads, just like, why are they comparing an inverted coaster to a flyer? I don't get it.
Well,
I don't understand this topic.
If people don't like this show, this is our show. This is what we do. We do stupid stuff like this. So if you don't like it, we'll have a normal show next week. And if you didn't like this one, screw you. Don't watch it.
You're right. No, never mind. Yeah, if you don't like it, come back next week.
Go watch Coaster Studios. Go watch some Coaster Force POVs if that's the kind of stuff you want.
Because we are, what Andy's saying, we're in a wonderful age of variety of media out there. As an enthusiast, you should, at One More Hamilton, what a time to be alive. We're lucky to be alive right now because there's so much digital content from all the enthusiasts out there. So thank you for choosing this one.
To be honest with you, if you want a real Bore Fest, go watch a Devin Olsen Media production.
Oh,
Oh, man.
And if you're not asleep after that, why don't you just turn on Haunoverse, and that'll put you out.
I play Haunoverse Uncut every night when I go to bed because out like a light, man.
That's right. He loves nightmares. He wants to dream about us. He dreams about us.
He does. What we've always said, you're very
He's like
Brian Bass is very
Andy and Brian. That's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's the only time we have any dreaminess on the show.
Unless it's Pat East, then I'm very screamy. So, which, by the way, congratulations to him. Hopefully we can get him on Haunoverse this year. Yeah. He's doing some amazing stuff with his scenic work. So,
yeah.
Or he becomes that talk show joke where we always say we're going to get him on and then we never do it. So, either way, it doesn't happen.
It's a pipe dream.
We should have him on the show.
You both.
Also, it's a pipe dream, but it's not a pipe scream. Pipe scream is a roller coaster, though. So there you go.
Oh, that's.
Can we not start with that?
No, but we can end with it. We get it. So. Oh, that's true. If it is a credit, it's a better one than Raptor. You both brought in valid points, valid arguments. Job well done. You know, I think one day you two will both come to terms and agree that they're both great roller coasters, and neither one is better than the other, except for one is, and we're not going to say which one that is because it's. That's right. Yeah. Manta.
Well,
so,
can
all
we
right.
at least all agree? Can we at least all agree that the Beast sucks? Can we agree on that? The Beast sucks, right? No.
Hold on.
No one.
I'm thinking on it. I don't think it does. I think it's pretty great.
Somewhere.
But I'm conflicted because all that is straightaways. That's just straightaways in the woods. But I like ride duration. So that's a different topic. We'll have to.
When they built Raptor, I think they were like, oh, hey, the beast is all straightaways. Let's put some straightaways on this ride. That's what makes it a legend, I
People
guess.
love it.
Maybe that was their thought process.
Raptor doesn't, to my knowledge, Raptor doesn't have a book about it. And I loved the Beast and the Beast too. So.
Yeah. I still have
I'll side with Brian on this one.
I still have that book.
I don't really. There was a time machine, right? They went somewhere else. Was that the second one? The second one. One of them is a time machine.
According to Andy, the Beast is so bad we named one of our shows after it.
Oh, Beat the Beast. Check it out. It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
It's a fine program.
It's a fine program. I fully endorse it.
Family friendly and educational.
Okay. With that, I'm going to thank Brian for joining us here this evening, taking out his time from his busy baby schedule to join us here this evening. Thank you.
Yes.
Silly hat and all. And as always,
Yes,
I'm
thank you.
Andy Rabarchuk from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm Danny Miller from Binghamton, New York.
And as
I'm
always,
just a silly guy in a hat. These guys are awesome. Just watch their show. They're great. Thank you so much.
As always, Raptor rules.
Wow.
And